Good evening, everybody. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming?
Here.
Vice Chair Davis?
Here.
Treasurer DeVarty?
DeVarty here.
Secretary Hatcher? Trustee McKnight-Morton?
Here.
Trustee Milliken?
Here.
Trustee Peck?
Here.
Thank you, everybody. Do I hear a motion to approve the agenda?
So moved. Support.
Thank you. Any discussion? All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. All right. Next, we would like to recess to go into closed session to discuss collective bargaining. Do I hear a motion to recess the meeting?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming?
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis?
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty?
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight-Morton?
Yes.
Trustee Milliken?
Yes.
Trustee Peck?
Yes.
Thank you. Trustees, please walk over to ML 120. Reconvene the monthly meeting.
So moved.
Second? Who's going to second? Reconvening the meeting. Come on, guys. Give me a second.
Second.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you. Any opposed? No. Okay. So before we get going into the agenda, we traditionally move up the WCC bargaining agreement for vote, and that would require modifying the agenda. Are trustees in favor of modifying the agenda to move tab Q up to current business? Is that okay for people?
I so move.
Thank you. Any discussion on that? Hearing none. Let's see, is that a roll call? Yeah, to change the agenda, it's a roll. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming?
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis?
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty?
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight-Morton? Sorry. Trustee Milliken?
Yes.
Trustee Peck?
Yes.
Thank you. So moving to tab Q then, I'd like to entertain a motion to ratify the Washtenaw Community College Education Association Collective Bargaining Agreement. Let's see, do I hear a motion?
So moved.
And second? Thank you. Any discussion on this? Go ahead.
I'd just like to thank everybody involved with the negotiations. Apparently, it was a really fruitful negotiation, and given the fact that we've seen inflation of 5% over the last couple of years, the first year of this agreement offers the faculty a 5% raise. I think that's in keeping with rewarding our faculty as they should be rewarded, and strongly support this as the Education Association also strongly supported it as well. So I'm happy to support it.
Any other comments? All right, hearing none. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming?
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis?
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty?
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight-Morton? Yes. Trustee Milliken?
Yes.
Trustee Peck?
Yes.
Thank you, everybody. Okay, moving back to tab A, approval of the minutes. The recommendation is that the board approve the minutes of the May 20th, 2025 meeting and the June 4th special meeting as submitted. Do I hear a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Thank you. Now we are at citizen participation. First up, WCCEA, Ms. Fournier. Hi.
Good evening. The WCCEA is pleased to see the college investing in new faculty. We have 16 new hires already made, and 2 more are expected before fall. For many years, the college appeared reluctant to replace retiring faculty and create new positions in areas of growth. For the second consecutive year, Dr. Tucker and Dr. Belanca have supported and prioritized faculty hiring, which we sincerely appreciate. With so many new hires, we recognize and thank the faculty and deans who've served on the hiring committees this summer. I don't know anybody who isn't on a hiring committee, because everybody at this college, I feel like, was asked to be on one. Time and dedication for reviewing applications, interviewing candidates is deeply appreciated. We are grateful for the college's support and look forward to welcoming our new colleagues this fall. In addition to hiring efforts, the college officially phased out Blackboard at the beginning of this month. While the transition to Canvas has not been without its challenges, we are confident that the faculty will continue preparing for the fall rollout or for the full rollout in fall 2025. One concern that remains is the availability of the Canvas help desk through Lucian for students seeking assistance outside of regular business hours. Currently, it seems that support is limited after hours, and aside from submitting a help ticket, students, and we've heard from some faculty, they're struggling to receive timely guidance during this crucial transition. We strongly encourage the college to continue training the IT staff in Canvas so that we can support and better serve our students and our faculty. Lastly, I didn't know you were going to vote before I said this, but I'll say it anyway. Pleased to share that just before our last meeting, the college and the WCCEA reached a tentative agreement on the 2025-2028 collective bargaining unit. Our membership voted overwhelmingly in favor of the agreement, which will be presented to the board for approval tonight, or already has. I participated in several negotiations over the years and want to express my sincere appreciation for both the administration and the WCCEA bargaining teams. Our chief negotiator, Nikki Lee, led with dedication and clarity, doing an exceptional job prioritizing the needs of our faculty. The process was fair, respectful, and collaborative on both sides, and we look forward to continuing the spirit of cooperation next year as we begin bargaining the adjunct appendix next summer. Thank you.
Thank you, Ellie.
Okay, additional public comments. I have one sign up for Mr. Jeremy Haley. Are you here? There you are. Come on up.
Hello, Jeremy
Hi,
Haley.
Jeremy.
Feels like I missed y'all. It didn't come here for a month. It just didn't work out. What I'd like to talk about is population and education, and especially what's going on here locally in the YCS schools. And people, I think, should not be looked at as walking dollar signs. And unfortunately, I feel people use them and see them as such and use them for their organizations to fill their numbers and get money. Well, I bring up the YCS, one of the meetings last fall. It was brought up by the superintendent that over 400 new students was enrolled after federal count day. And after she said that, she said, well, I hope they stick around so we can get paid, and laughed. I don't consider that a laughing matter. That's basically, she's looking at them as dollar signs. Then later, I kept hearing what was happening. There was a local community center out of Ann Arbor that was facilitating the reselling of refugees and packing into the Ipsy schools. Why is Ipsy schools gaining numbers and Ann Arbor's falling? And it's through this community center. And within the last couple of months, when DOGE was going through all their stuff and people were raising a fuss about financing and money and losing money, I heard the name of this same community center complaining that they were losing millions of dollars for resettling these refugees locally. Is it about the money, or is it by actually helping the people? Here, let's create a program to justify using them for money. That's exactly what they are doing, because they're expanding their Spanish and Emerging program. I'm all for helping people, but they expanded their Spanish Emerging program from K1, K2, K3, now it's K4. They expanded to go up to K8. And these people they're bringing in, they're competing with housing and probably on the same income level that we're having a problem getting people into in our own community, creating more housing crisis and more competitiveness. And I like to bring that to your all's attention because they're justifying this program and using these people for money. And when you hear this local community center's name, which I'm not going to mention here, but if you'd like to know, I'll tell you. And I started hearing the same centers all across the country doing the same thing. And I was like, what the heck is going on? Are they just using these people for money, or are they actually trying to help them? And there's not much more I can say on that, but it's not a good thing to do. And it's unfair to treat these people as walking dollar signs. It's not a laughing matter. And yes, they're helping people, but at what cost? Because they're maintaining their funding and going out and say, look at our enrollment. We're the only school district gaining more because you had facilitated by a local community center, packing the schools, packing IPSI with them, and it's unfair and unjust. Thank you.
Thank you. Vanessa, were there any written communications? Okay, thank you. Okay, first up, special reports. VP Barnes.
I'm just going to introduce our partner from AHP, the audit firm. She's going to talk to you a little bit about the upcoming audit for fiscal year 25 and what you can expect. Oh, it's Tracy Moon. Sorry.
Thank you. Good evening. I won't take too much of your time tonight. My main purpose really for being here is just to go over the scope of the college's audit that's coming up at the end of June. Our responsibility as auditors is to express an opinion on whether the financial statements, which are prepared by management with your oversight, are presented fairly with U.S. generally accepted accounting principles. During our audit, we do use materiality. I like to remind the board of that. That is calculated and applied on an annual basis. We also use judgment in the number of transactions that we look at and the areas that we test. We do a risk assessment. Our whole audit is really based on a risk assessment, which includes a risk assessment related to fraud. Many of you might have been in communications with us about fraud inquiries. We do that on an annual basis, specifically with the chair, management, and others included at the college. We do a risk assessment related to the general information technology system. We utilize an internal specialized IT person at our firm to come in and look at your IT environment. We don't issue an opinion on your IT environment, but we use his assessment for the risk assessment of the audit. We also risk assess over significant areas. Our audit standards require that a significant area be management override of controls, revenue recognition, and then we also added on compliance with federal grant requirements as a significant risk. And risk assessment related to new accounting pronouncements. There are a couple new accounting pronouncements this year. We've been working closely with management on those to determine what the impact will be on the financial statements, if there will be one. For instance, there's a compensated absences standard, and even though it needs to be implemented this year, we're not expecting a very material impact to the financial statements. As part of our audit, we do consider internal controls. We look at internal controls to determine how we're going to test certain areas and the magnitude of that. Again, we don't give an opinion or any assurance on your internal controls. Any findings noted throughout the audit are typically communicated at the end of the audit when I'm back here in September in front of you. If we have difficulties during the audit where we're not getting the information we need, or we don't think we're going to be able to issue a clean, unmodified opinion, I would get in touch with you when that difficulty arises. I will confidently say I'm not expecting any of that. I've been working with you guys for a while with management. They're very good, and I don't expect any difficulties during the audit. Our pre-engagement planning and interim testing will begin in July, and then we'll be back out mid-August to do our year-end testing. In addition to the college financial statement audit, we also do an audit of the major federal program grants and awards. That's like student financial aid. We do look at that and issue a separate report for that. We audit the Washtenaw Community College Foundation and prepare the 990 and 990T. And then we also assist a little bit with the preparation of the financial statements for both the college and the foundation. None of those services impair our independence related to the college's audit. I'm excited to be back on campus. I'm looking forward to being back out and working with management again soon. I can take any questions if anybody has anything.
Questions? Thank you.
All right, thank you for your time.
Thank you. All right, moving on to special reports, or I'm sorry, monthly reports. Tab B, the personnel recommendations. Let's see, the recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the personnel recommendations as submitted. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Thank you. Any discussion on this? Let's see. B. Any discussion on the personnel recommendations? No? Okay. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Any opposed? Thank you. All right, we're good there. Move to tab C, appointment of the President and Chief Executive Officer. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees extends the appointment of Dr. Rose B. Belanca as President and Chief Executive Officer to June 30th, 2028. That her 2025-26 salary be set at $308,700, that she receives an annual lump sum payment equal to 10% of her salary, and that the Chair and Board of Trustees be authorized to sign a contract with Dr. Belanca on behalf of the Board. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Support. Thank you. Any discussion on this? None? Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming,
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis,
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty,
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee Trustee Milliken,
Yes.
Trustee Peck.
Yes.
Thank you. Moving to tab D. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-26 independent staff salary range table as submitted. Do I hear a motion?
Support.
Okay, thank you. Any discussion? None? Okay. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming,
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis,
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty,
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight Morton. Yes. Trustee Milliken,
Yes.
Trustee Peck.
Yes.
Thank you. Tab E. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve a 5% adjustment to all independent staff salary and wage rates, and an additional midpoint factor adjustment to independent staff salary and wage rates that are below market rate midpoint for the 2025-26 fiscal year. Do I hear a motion?
So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Any discussion? Okay, hearing none. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming,
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis,
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty,
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight Morton. Yes. Trustee Milliken,
Yes.
Trustee Peck.
Yes.
Thank you. Tab F. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-26 part-time support staff and club sports coaches' salary as submitted. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Support.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming,
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis,
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty,
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight Morton. Yes. Trustee Milliken,
Yes.
Trustee Peck.
Yes.
Thank you. Tab G. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-26 part-time faculty wage rates as submitted. Do I hear a motion?
So moved. Support.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming,
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis,
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty,
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight Morton. Yes. Trustee Milliken,
Yes.
Trustee Peck.
Yes.
Thank you. Tab H, the financial report. So before we get going, VP Barnes, would you like to highlight anything here?
I would. I'll just highlight a few things. I'll talk about the revenue for just a moment. We're pretty solidly into the summer semester, and you can see here that we're about $280,000 favorable. As of the end of May, the headcount was up by 3.7%, and credit hours were up by 7%, contributing to that great result. So for the year, we're expecting approximately $2.1 million of favorability in our tuition and fees. Property taxes, you'll see here, continues to be, if you look at the far right column, continues to be negative, the 491. I expect that to continue to be slightly negative at the end of the year for reasons I've mentioned in past months. But there are plenty of offsets to that. The state appropriations, our LCSA or personal property taxes, came in $400,000 favorable. So that is reflected here. And so that 982 should stick and be maybe slightly more favorable by the end of June. Trade partnerships is largely unchanged. Investment income, very strong at $1.8 million. We'll finish the year at about $1.9 million, maybe $1.95 million, because interest rates have remained high. And finally, auxiliary activities, conference services, public surplus, our bookstore have all performed well this year. So that is reflected in that 998 number. So in total, there'll be some little bit of movement between now and the end of June, but roughly the number you see there would be approximately where we should finish the year. Expenditures also, there's a favorability across both personnel and direct expenditures. So the number you see here is also largely fixed. If anything, I would expect that it might be slightly more favorable at the end of the year. And I wanted to talk for a moment, too, about the numbers at the very bottom that we don't talk about often because they're transfers to other funds. But because there's business coming up later tonight, I wanted to highlight a couple of things to you. One is this line that says furniture. That is actually our classroom enhancement fund. It says furniture because we ought purchase furniture and so forth. It's probably a bad nomenclature there. But you'll see a proposal later tonight that affects that line to transfer some more money related to classroom enhancement. So we'll talk about that later. And as well, you'll see a proposal to transfer some other money to support future capital projects. So just wanted to bring your attention to that so you'll know what I'm talking about when we come to that later tonight.
Dave?
When I met with you earlier this week, you shared some good news that summer enrollment credit hours are up as much as 7%, which is a huge increase.
Yes.
And share with the board how the fall enrollment hours look like.
Well, it's still
At this point.
Yes, it's still very early days. There's a lot of time between now and the fall semester, but as of now, we are up roughly 8% in headcount and credit hours. So continues to go very, very well. So, and we're measuring ourselves versus this point last year. So we're doing 8% better than we were at this point last year. So that bodes well for the fall.
That's great.
Thanks.
I'm happy the board that you can make us aware of that good news.
Thank you.
Any other questions for AVP Barnes? Okay. Do I hear a motion to?
Yeah, I move that the board accept the financial reports for May 2025 for general fund, capital fund, and the combined schedule of investments, all funds as submitted.
Support. No further discussion. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? None. Thank you. All right, tab I, the Facilities Development Report. AVP Whipstock, would you like to highlight anything here for us?
Good evening. Let's see, go over to the PowerPoint. Let's see here. Oh, here it is. All right, I'd like to highlight a few of the more notable projects that we're working on. The first one being the storage and receiving building. We are complete now with the storage building. The grounds crew and everybody is actually moving in. A few punch list items to correct, but this portion of the project is complete. Demo of the old mechanics garage has started also as well this week. The UA boiler lab is going as planned. We're a little bit ahead of schedule. We are tentatively to be complete by the end of July, and it looks like we'll be holding that timing as well. And for some of you who've been waiting for this, we finally got the Washtenaw College sign up on the Student Center building. That was completed. Final inspection was today, and we passed final inspection. Uh-oh. It's not moving. Oh. Well, that didn't work out as well. So we took a video of it lighting up, so the sign is now lit and operational.
Yeah, great. I'm just so excited about this. Thank you.
Long time coming.
Thank you.
Oh, there it
There
goes.
it is.
All right, the UA training structure is complete. We're way ahead of schedule on this. We were targeting by the mid-July. It's actually complete and ready for use. And the EV chargers, we have everything ready to be installed. We're still waiting for a panel that's being assembled in Mexico, and delays have it's been delayed twice. So the last update we got should be shipping at the end of August. So anything dealing with electrical infrastructure is taking a lot of time to get the materials in. That's it. Any questions?
One question. So the charging stations, the panel coming from Mexico?
Yes.
Is that going to be affected by tariffs?
We have
Yeah, are
been
we going to see
notified.
a big price increase?
We have been notified it is likely to be affected, yes.
And will that exceed the authorized, or what we said? I don't know if that was under what the board has to authorize or not.
We don't know what that tariff is going to be as of yet. They didn't give us a price, but they did send us a letter saying that it would most likely be subject to a tariff increase, but they didn't specify how much.
Okay, thank you. And just for everybody on the board, I want to emphasize the good work that we've done working with the township that has to approve this signage. And that building that relationship with the township and getting their approval, I think, is no small feat. I serve on a zoning board in Ann Arbor, and we see a lot of sign variance requests come before us, and it's not an easy thing to get approvals on these things. And I really applaud the college for making their way through the process.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, moving on to remarks. Any board members want to say anything? I'll say one thing. I have to say it at least once a year. Campus is beautiful.
Thank you.
I saw them planting the begonias a few weeks ago, and God, they're so gorgeous. They get big so quick in that garden, and it's beautiful.
Thank you.
So thank you for everything.
Thank you.
Yeah. Any other trustees want to comment? All right, go ahead.
Well, first of all, I'd like to thank the board for your confidence. And again, you know my commitment to this college and to this community, to our employers, to our residents, and to our students. So thank you. Thank you for your leadership. And I look forward to working together with you, the staff, faculty. Thank you. Thank you so much. About the flowers. This weekend, we had the Ann Arbor Top of the Park, right? A2 top, what is it? A2, what's the
Summer
other?
Festival.
Yeah, oh,
The Ann
it's
Arbor Summer Festival.
A2SF? Is that what it's?
The Ann Arbor Summer Festival, it happens.
Okay, Summer Festival.
down
I
at
never,
the-
I couldn't read that. Okay.
It happens down on, what street? It's on Washington. It's the parking structure next to the Power Center. On top of
Anyway,
that.
it was terrific, and I want to thank, again, I'd like to thank Nikki Borges, as well as her team, and also Lori Mouton for supporting her and working with her. And I'd like to thank the faculty. I'd like to thank Tracy Schwab, Dean Schwab, as well as the faculty for coming in and having the kids zone and doing all the activities with the children. And also our esports was really represented there, which was great. But the reason I thought about that right now, not only because it was great, I can't tell you the number of comments that I received about the way our campus looks. So I really, and the grounds crew does an outstanding job. They really do. So thank you. So do the facilities, crew. But we're talking about grounds right now, and it's beautiful. So thank you. I would like to introduce you to Eric Keller. Eric is our new Director of Government Relations. You can stand. Would you stand? I think people kind of met you. Eric will be responsible for leading the college's government strategy and the administration through coordination with local, state, and federal elected officials, community leaders, and organizations like the MCCA and the Association of Community College Trustees. Eric has more than 15 years' experience in the field. He most recently worked as the infrastructure liaison with the State of Michigan Department of Labor and Economic Opportunity, LEO. And prior to that, he held positions as a senior advisor in the Office of Community Engagement in the Executive Office of Governor Gretchen Whitmer, the Regional Director for the Office of U.S. Senator Gary Peters in Lansing and Traverse City. He holds a Bachelor of Science degree in Political Science and Public Administration from Eastern Michigan University. He has a son that credits his father's success to his advice. So it was great to meet him yesterday. Is there anything you would like to say, Eric? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I don't think it's a problem for you.
Yeah, well, I'm excited.
Come on up to the microphone.
Yes, so I'm excited and honored to be here. I appreciate President and the board and faculty and staff so far in my 8 days on campus. The welcoming, the conversations, the dialogue and connection have been really wonderful. And obviously there's a lot of work to do from a government and community perspective. So, I'm rolling up my sleeves. I was in Lansing today, meeting with lawmakers and, continuing to make sure that folks are aware of WCC's mission. So I appreciate the opportunity to be here, and thank you all.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Eric was here once before with several times actually,
Yes.
but with the battery lab, right?
Yes, I was regional director with U.S. Senator Gary Peters at that point, and met with the president and Brandon and Vanessa as well to talk about that, and was able to work with them on the congressionally directed spending request as well. So it's good, always good to be back on campus, and I'm glad I'm here full time now.
Thank you, Eric. Thank you. I'd also like to congratulate Trustee McKnight Morton, who, she looks surprised, why? Who was recently elected to a leadership position with SEMCOG. She was reelected as the vice chair for SEMCOG, a role that she has had since last year, and she will continue her work as part of the Education Committee. And thank you so much, Diana, and congratulations on your role. Thank you. Juneteenth, we had an excellent and inspiring Juneteenth celebration last week. It really was great. It was very nice. And our speaker, historian Dr. David Walton, really was exceptional. And we enjoyed great food and music performed by the WCC Jazz Band. And I'm going to tell you, they are really good. They really are. I think it's the songs we get them to play. They were great. I'd like to thank you, Trustee Milliken and Trustee McKnight Morton and Trustee Hatcher for joining us. And were you there, Trustee Peck?
No, I was not able to make
missed you. Thank you. And of course, Brandon Tucker for coordinating the event with your staff. Thank you so much. Trades on campus. Here we go. I asked Michelle Mueller to take a look at why we can't have a more intensive summer program for students in K-12, elementary. Well, guess what? She did an analysis, and you know why? Because our buildings are all being used in the summer. So that is the good news. We do have a Park Ridge program, and we do have some things that the faculty are doing, but the point I wanted to make is that they're back. And Sunday, we welcomed the roofers and waterproofers and allied workers. And that was great to campus. They're here now. It's about 200 people. And in July, we have the iron workers and the International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers, followed, of course, in August by the United Association of Plumbers and Pipe Fitters. We are expecting approximately 60,000 tradespeople on our campus this summer. And what's so great about that number is these people eat in our restaurants, stay in our hotels, and they really, according to the Ann Arbor Area Foundation, I made a mistake on the Destination Ann Arbor. They bring in $23 million. The last analysis they did, the economic impact of having them here is $23 million. So when you think about what does a college do for a community, what does a community college do for a community? I am so glad that we can do this. I know we all are. And I wish I had thought of that, but someone else started that before me, and it's great. Speaking of trades, our gallery, if you get a minute, take a look. It's an exhibit entitled, appropriately actually, Strength and Grit, Celebrating with the Working Class. And it's designed to inspire admiration for those who show resilience and determination in their daily lives. And as I said, it's a great connection with the work that we're seeing here. The exhibit has 19 artists and more than 30 artworks from across the country, as well as works by local artists and some of our own instructors, and I believe a student, and Dean Heisey, and thank you so much for what you've done. Okay, popcorn. You probably wonder, we can do the smallest amount with the biggest impact with the least amount of money. This popcorn, thank you, Lori Mouton and team. When we were at the Mackinac Policy Conference, we had the opportunity to put things in the bags, okay? And this was a low cost option to put these popcorn bags together, again, with this little sticker of Washtenaw Community College, and everyone, right, was eating the popcorn and thanking us for this popcorn.
It was common currency at the meeting.
Was it? Yes, right. So that was very creative, and thank you. Thank you for sharing that with us. And that's it for my remarks. Thank you.
Thank you. Okay, turning over to new business, tab J, AVP Whipstock. We're going to have you for 3 tabs here, so make yourself comfortable. First up, the resurfacing of the parking lots.
This project is seeking the approval of reconditioning the parking lots 2 and 3. The scope of the work would be to mill off 2 to 3 inches of the existing asphalt to address the surface degradation, which includes potholes and existing cracks. Structurally sound base will be preserved, making resurfacing a more cost-effective alternative to a full reconstruction. This approach will extend the service life of the lots while enhancing the overall condition and appearance. Upon the completion of resurfacing both lots, we will restripe and re-sign as needed to update the current code standards and improve traffic flow. There was a total of 4 bidders. Nagel was the low bidder in the amount of $964,195 for resurfacing parking lots 2 and 3.
I think the road builders debate this question, but when do you use concrete and when do you use asphalt? How do you evaluate the serviceability of those products?
Well, as you know, concrete is a whole lot more to initially put down. Concrete is real expensive. We've been averaging about 25 years out of asphalt, out of our parking lots. Parking lots 2 and 3, I know one was last redone was in 1999, the other one was 2003. So we're getting quite a bit of years out of our parking lots. So I don't know if changing it over to cement would be a cost-effective alternative.
This is on for discussion with the possibility of moving it to action. I'm wondering about the timing. I know even with all the labor unions that have a presence on campus, I'm not sure if there's any timing issue that you would need us to move forward more quickly with this.
No, we're scheduling this actually after the UA leaves. We usually empty out parking lots 2 for the UA. So as soon as they're done, we're going to leave it empty and start the project then.
Dealing with this at our next meeting will be perfect.
Not a problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you for asking.
Any other questions on parking lots?
I just have one.
Yeah, go ahead.
Do you reseal the parking lots at any time as a maintenance?
Holly, our grounds manager, has a program where she goes through and fills in the cracks and all that. Resealing is more of a aesthetic type of thing, but we do have a program every year that we go through and crack fill the existing lots to, extend that life. But yeah, we don't really seal it because it's more of an aesthetic thing than a functional thing.
Okay, thank you.
Moving over to tab K then, the campus walkway.
All right, campus walkway lighting. This is phase one. We've completed all the parking lots with the LED. Now we're moving into the walkway lighting. This will be the same type of lights that you see in the parking lots. It is a wireless system that campus security will have control over. The proposed lighting system would match our existing ones in the parking lot and definitely give campus security more flexibility in controlling on and off and dimming of these parking lots lighting. The new lighting is energy efficient. It is dark skies compliant, helping reduce light pollution while supporting university sustainability goals. Additionally, this project will qualify for DTE energy rebates of about $40,000. Any questions?
Go ahead, Angie.
Rebate is only one time?
Yes. It's to help offset the cost of the project. Yes, so this one does qualify for the DTE rebates.
Do you have any idea what the operating costs of these lights will look like? Is this project going to reduce the lighting costs?
Oh, yeah. That's one of the reasons why DTE is paying for it, because we're going to reduce the existing lights that we had. The old were LED, but they were about 14 years old, and they were at their end of their life. The lighting that we're putting in is even more energy efficient than those, where we were reducing our energy, I think it was right around 28% compared to the old stuff. So that's why DT still gave us the rebates, even though we were going from LED to newer LED. So it did qualify because it was an energy saving project.
Thank you.
The walkway lighting. Okay, cool. Tab L, the Crane Liberal Arts Building, Room 240. Is that the auditorium?
Yes.
Okay.
So this project proposes the renovation of the first of 3 auditoriums in the Crane Liberal Arts Building. These auditoriums have not undergone any significant updates since the early 2000s. Renovating the LA 240 will modernize one of Washtenaw College's most heavily utilized academic lecture spaces, transforming into student-centered, technology-enhanced learning environment. LA 240 serves over 500 students weekly, supporting a broad range of general education courses such as critical instructional space within the college. This renovation will include the installation of advanced audiovisual systems, interactive media technology, and significantly improve the acoustics to support both in-person and hybrid instruction. Additionally, includes replacing the existing seating with more modern, flexible furniture designed to enhance student engagement. The lighting system will also be upgrading to energy-efficient LED fixtures, promoting more dynamic and adaptable classroom environments. O'Neill Construction, based in Ann Arbor, submitted the lowest bid of $480,880. The remaining cost, which will include technology upgrades, seating upgrades, and engineering fees, will be managed through a separate contract.
Any questions on this? Go ahead, Dave.
I just want to say something. I took the history of American film, which was taught in this class, so well before the pandemic, so 10, 12 years ago maybe. I think this is a really important room to invest this money in, and I understand we have other auditoriums that need some investment as well. And I know later on we have something that Terry advised me about, a fund for classroom enhancement. And that fund is where this money is coming from, is from that fund. So it's really important that we have these funds, and I just want to put that on the table because it's important for us to have the capability to continue to invest in our infrastructure for these important classroom areas. So not a question, just a statement.
Are the improvements that we undertook here in the Morris Lawrence building any kind of inspiration for the work you're doing in that auditorium?
The lighting definitely was part of what was discussed, trying to keep the same type of lighting systems. That was part of the discussion for that as well, yes.
And also, Trustee DeVarty has continued to emphasize the need for technology,
Right.
the best technology that we can get for instructional technology, the technology for the room. So it's exciting.
When do you anticipate the construction starting?
August 18th? Yeah, August 18th.
And how long do you expect that space to be out of service?
Till the end of the year.
Okay. Thank you.
If we're starting this in August, does O'Neill need a go-ahead? Do we need to approve this now, or can they wait until the end of July?
No, normal process, we built that into it.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you very much. All
We are
right.
doing our best to give the board adequate time to review the proposals that we give you. And if there's a time where, we're running against the wire, that should be an exception, not the rule. So thank you. We worked to improve that. Yes. Oh, you're supposed to.
Yeah, one more actually statement. I just want to give a lot of thanks for giving us the array of all the bids submitted, so we can really look at them and have some evaluation. And I really appreciate you putting that together for us ahead of time.
All right, tab M, the strategic marketing contract. VP Mountain, come on down. Come on up.
Thank you. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. I am here this evening to respectfully present a recommendation to the board to continue our relationship, our strategic marketing services agreement with OHO Interactive for the next 2 years. For background, several years ago, the college had determined that digital marketing, we had to be in that game. Students use digital marketing, students of all ages search for everything online for things that they would like to purchase, and especially, I think, education. So we decided that we needed to really rethink our marketing strategy and step up our game a bit. So we dabbled in marketing, digital marketing, when I arrived. That was in late 2020. But we really just stuck our toe in the water, and we really needed to think more strategically about how we use that to be able to educate students in the community about taking classes and programs here. So in June of 22, doesn't seem like it's that long ago, I came to the board and I introduced OHO, and I asked to begin a strategic marketing services agreement with them. And at that time, the board approved that I do that for 1 year, with the caveat that I come back and talk about our results. So you may recall that for those of you who are here. So I came back and I shared our results, and they were very promising. And so I am back again to talk about why I think we should partner with OHO. And I want to be able to present that recommendation. And Scotty, if you would, there are 2 slides that are hidden, I think. So if you could unhide those, please. I want to use those first. Yep, those 2. Thank you. There you go. Thank you. So when I talk about digital marketing and advertising, I'm going to use those terms throughout my presentation tonight. I'm specifically or primarily talking about search engine advertising and display advertising and the advertising you see when you conduct searches online. So for example, if I plug in best online community college or best place to have flexible online classes, you might see a Google search ad that presents itself like the ones on this page that says Washtenaw, advertises Washtenaw and the things that we offer and how we differentiate our online programs. So these are examples of some of the search ads that have helped us thus far. So on this next slide, again, when I talk about digital marketing and advertising, we also place display ads. You might be looking at your Gmail. You might see an ad come up from the college. You might be looking at YouTube, and you might see an ad that comes up before the video that you're watching, or you might see an ad on the side. There are a wide range of places and platforms where you will see Washtenaw Community College ads. So I just want to do a level set on what I'm talking about and what some of these ads may look like when you are or as I'm giving my presentation. If you want to advance it from there, that's great. Thank you. So why partner with OHO? First, they've really demonstrated the ability to deliver really positive, measurable results for the college. I'm going to talk about those very shortly. They've also given their expertise in higher education and their expertise in both digital and traditional marketing, they keep a pulse on all the trends that are happening in the market from a digital landscape. And there are things changing every single day digitally online and affecting how people search. So they really keep a handle on that for us and allow us to be agile and kind of respond to strategies very quickly or change our game plan very quickly to be able to continue to get the results I'm going to share with you shortly. They have nearly 70 partnerships with colleges across the country, of course, community colleges, but also Yale, Dartmouth, U of M, Cornell. We are in great company, and that also enables us to be very in tune with best practices related to digital marketing and advertising, and it's a really important tool in our toolbox for the college. They're also accustomed to working across platforms, and when I talk about platforms, what I'm describing is, not only do they deal in search and display advertising across Google and Bing and other platforms, but they also support our placement for outdoor and all the other types of advertising that we do. But tonight we're primarily talking about digital advertising. So again, their strategic insight and cross-channel experience and their deep understanding of both higher education and digital marketing really give us a competitive advantage, I believe, and we've had really great success with them thus far. I'm going to talk about that now. Are you advancing the slide or am I advancing the slide? Thank you. So when we started working with OHO, if you remember, we set out to have a few higher level goals that we wanted to achieve. And it was really to create more awareness for the college. So to have people who have no familiarity or little familiarity with WCC get to know us. So, and also consider us, inquire about us, visit us, engage with us if they are in that consideration stage of, which college do I choose and why would I want to choose WCC? So we wanted to improve our brand reach and visibility and brand awareness and position the college as a leader. We also wanted to increase application growth. And we also wanted to increase interest and engagement. And I'm going to show you some of these results that I'm talking about right now. So when I talk about brand visibility, that's really the people who see our ads. How many people see our ads across all the networks where we advertise? And over the course of the past 3 fiscal years through May, we have increased the number of eyes on our ads, impressions on our ads by 72%, and 10 million more eyes on our ads over that 3-year period, which is pretty significant. And that not only helps us build our enrollment opportunities, but it also keeps WC's brand in the market. So that's a really positive result thus far. So on the next slide, the other measure that we look at overall as a college, as you know, is total applications. So how have our overall applications grown during the time that we have partnered with OHO? So we've seen a 16% increase in applications, nearly 3,000 new applications over the course of 3 years. So we think that, we're feeling pretty good about that. Now, growing new applications is not just a marketing effort. It's a team sport. We work with Linda and Clarence and Pete and the recruitment team to market their events and things of that nature to improve application enrollment. But from a marketing perspective, the thing we specifically look at is how many people are clicking on an ad and then completing an application. So the slide that you're seeing now are the total applications, and the next slide shows you how many are digitally driven. So what I mean by that is if you see that ad and you're thinking about WCC, and perhaps you've seen a bunch of ads, but now you're ready to make a decision, if you click on that ad and come to the website, click through to our website and complete the application, that is a digitally driven application. So what's super cool about this, and I kind of geek out on this, so forgive me, because I really love these stats, but we've doubled the number of new applications that are coming in because people are touching that last touch of that digital ad before they apply. And we are really excited about that. The other point I wanted to make about that on the next slide is we also look at the digital application conversion rate. So how has that percentage been growing of people who are clicking on that ad over time and then completing an application? We've got really positive upward trend and momentum, and that's really exciting because we've had a 52% increase in our conversion rate from people touching those ads and then completing an application. So that's data that we look at every single month, and we're really excited about those results as well. And the next slide that I want to show you is a measure of engagement. I talked about that being one of our 3 important goals for OHO. And one of the ways that we track engagement is by seeing, once you click on an ad, how many people actually come and complete an inquiry form and want to know more information about the college. So over the course of the last 3 years, we have more than 2,300 new inquiries as a result of people seeing those ads, clicking on them, and then learning more about the college. And then when that happens, Linda and Clarence's team, they catch those people and they work with them on what programs they might want to join and what they might need to know about to enroll. So on the next slide, of course, we're really pleased with those results, but we can't really rest on those successes. And here's why. Because Google is changing the landscape, the digital landscape right now. I mean, if you do a Google search, you're seeing something completely different. So it's kind of like that, if you're a Harry Potter fan, it's kind of like the staircase in the Harry Potter films in Hogwarts Castle. You go up one staircase and then it moves. You go up another staircase and it shifts to another door. So that's what Google is doing right now with AI. They are changing the complete way that we search for information. Before, they're encouraging people to go to our site for information, to our website, to our front door. Now they're hanging on to those people, and I want to show you what that looks like. They're hanging on to those people because of AI. And let me go to the next slide. I don't have a mouse, but I'll point out what this is. So say you conduct a search. So I type into my Google search bar, why should I choose Washtenaw Community College? So the first thing that comes up is a search engine results page. These are called SERPs, that whole page. So this is what you might see on your computer or on your phone. And the first thing you see is an AI overview. Google, what's the word I'm trying to use? Google gets content from all over the internet to create that AI overview. And if we're lucky, it's correct and accurate, and they're using our information. And in this instance, it looks pretty good. But in other instances, it may not. You also see on where the bottom circle is on the left-hand side, that is the Pioneer Optimist. So that is organic information from Pioneer High School that's talking about how about all the things that are great about WCC. So that's organic information. What you see in the right-hand side of that page is an ad, a search ad. That is a surefire way for us to have people click on and get right to our site. So Google is changing things, and they're constantly changing things. And so the information that we learned from OHO about these changes that are pending or how they're impacting us, they help us change our strategy going forward. So we're going to be doing some things differently. First and foremost, it reinforces the fact that paid advertising, digital advertising is really an important tool for us to use. The other thing that it tells us is that we need to change up the content on our website and make it more valuable to the people who are using it so that Google comes to our content and produces that AI overview based on what we supply. So those kinds of changes we could not manage on our own. They've got deep bench strength and expertise that we don't have, and they've really been a great partner for us in helping navigate this really ever-changing space. So with that in mind, I presented everything I was going to present this evening. And I am recommending for your consideration that we continue to work with OHO. And I'm happy to entertain any questions that you may have.
Just one comment. One thing that it's hard for you to illustrate here, but I have seen WCC display ads pop up within my games.
Yes.
So if it's a Google Play linked game, I've seen display ads for WCC.
Thank you, because I forgot to mention Candy Crush and Royal Match. And if you're playing those, you're going to probably see our ads. So
it was really
thank
cool
you.
to see. Yeah. Okay, questions? Go ahead, Dave.
Not about the Google thing, but I know we have a YouTube channel. Are they engaged with how we use that, or and I'd be really interested in understanding more, if I'll ask the president maybe for a report down the road of how we make use of that YouTube channel to engage the community. Just as an example, I go on YouTube to look at music, and I was on last night navigating artists that I like. Why can't the WCC Jazz Band be in our YouTube channel with some of their presentations and things? They have presentations. I'm not. That's no guarantee that that's going to get more activity coming to WCC, but it's certainly putting us out there. And I'm continually thinking if we're maximizing this existing channel that we already have in letting the world know about things going on at WCC.
Well, thank you for that question. There's certainly opportunity to do that, and that is managed internally, what sits on that page. So that's certainly something for us to think about. What OHO has helped us to do, the other part of your question, is to ensure that we have ads that are video-based, that show up in Reels and in places where you watch videos. So you will see, and that's why we have a lot of those impressions, quite frankly, because people are watching those ads and they're watching stories about our students. I mean, that's the best story we have to tell, is the successes of our students, and that's what we get excited about. And so they're helping us tell those stories. But I thank you for your comment about the YouTube channel. I'll certainly take it to heart.
Question. When you stated that Google AI has its way of holding on to searchers, how are you able to determine that? Is it based on the data that you are able to generate, and it shows a decrease?
Yes. So one of the metrics that we track is overall new users and total users to the website, because the website, of course, is our front door to the college. And so we were noticing that our results from our paid advertising and our marketing plans, those results were increasing and improving. But we also noticed that overall, our new users or visitors to the website and overall were declining. And it's because of a number of things, right? We increased our fraud measures. So, and so that that makes not as many fraudsters come to the site, which is a good thing. And it also means that people are staying on AI. Now, if we do things right and we offer more robust content on our site, I think we can partner with Google, so to speak, so that our data appears in those AIs, and that AI overview too. Because if you looked that link, if you were to click on that link, that first link would have gone back to us. But that's not always the case. Sure. And AI overviews typically come up in a complex search. It's not like necessarily best college near me. It's when people are really trying to make a decision, and Google for whatever reason, is offering that up as a first experience for them. So we have seen our overall traffic go down, but our interested traffic has gone up. And that's from the paid advertising, if it makes sense.
I guess that's good. I mean, is it? No?
I think what we should be tracking is not the overall traffic, but the traffic that actually takes action when they come to the site, and the traffic that we can help when they come to the site. And traffic, I mean prospective students who should be going here to Washtenaw Community College.
Excellent, thank you.
Questions or comments? All right, thank you.
All right, thank you.
I'm sorry. Was there one more? Go ahead.
So these numbers were presented as percentages of growth, and I'm always thinking in hard numbers. And as I'm looking at the dollars that it's costing, $230,000, I'm thinking, well, if 150 people enroll for one term full-time because of this program, that pays for it. Or you could say if double that many enroll half-time. So I'm looking at those things, but I didn't see the hard numbers of how many people are coming through and clicking through. And I'd be interested in that because I see it as a tremendous value just because of my back of the envelope calculation here.
There were the bar chart numbers alongside.
Oh, there
percentage
were?
increase.
Oh, I didn't see that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And we have found, and we're constantly working with Terry and his team on the financial analysis, and we find that for every dollar that we spend in paid digital advertising, we get roughly $33 return over the lifetime, for lifetime value of the, here at the college. And I thought you might ask that question. Yeah, so
thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Any others? All right. Thank you.
All right, thank you.
Yep. Okay, moving on to tab N. We've got 3 action items ahead of us. First, the sabbatical approval. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the sabbaticals for 2025-26 academic year as submitted. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Support?
Support.
Thank you. Any discussion on this?
So far, our sabbatical applicants have come back with their research or things of that nature, right? That last one was with the snakes or something?
Yeah, the Snake Island one, yeah. Biologists, yeah. I love hearing their reports when they can do it.
We'll schedule those.
When they can do it, it's really nice.
The ones last.
It looks like Mr. Barrett has got a group of students there now.
Oh, good.
That will be returning, so it's a culture that's already begun.
Yeah. Hopefully they return. Snake Island.
Okay, well, great.
Okay.
Yeah, there's some good ones here. I like to see what they come up with.
All right, Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming?
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis?
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty?
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight Morton?
Yes.
Trustee Milliken?
Yes.
Trustee Peck?
Yes.
Thank you. Moving on to tab O, Department Chair Appointments. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the 2025-26 Faculty Department Chair appointments as submitted. Do I hear a motion?
Support.
Thank you. Any discussion on this? Hearing none. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming?
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis?
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty?
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight Morton? Yes. Trustee Milliken?
Yes.
Trustee Peck?
Yes.
Thank you. Moving to tab P, transfer from the general fund. The recommendation is that the Board of Trustees approve the transfer of $13 million from the college's general fund to its capital fund and $1 million from its classroom enhancement fund to support future projects. Do I hear a motion?
So move.
Support.
Support.
Thank you. Any discussion on this? Hearing none. Vanessa, please call the roll.
Chair Fleming?
Yes.
Vice Chair Davis?
Yes.
Treasurer DeVarty?
DeVarty, yes.
Trustee McKnight Morton? Yes. Trustee Milliken?
Yes.
Trustee Peck?
Yes.
Thank you, everyone. Wow, before 7:30, this is great. I'd like to entertain a motion to adjourn the monthly meeting. So moved.
Support.
Thank you. Any discussion? Hearing none.
Great idea.
What?
Great idea.
Great idea. It's a great idea. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you, everybody. The meeting is adjourned.